You are going to like what you see now because we are back with Emmy-nominated actress, New York Times bestselling author, and well-loved vegan food star, Tabitha Brown. She has a new book, Seen, Loved, and Heard, a guided journal for feeding the soul. It is so great to have you with us, Tabitha. You brought your A game. We're not eating, but we are getting to see the fabulous everything you're bringing here today. You are looking cute. Always showing up. This book, you've been feeding our bellies. Now you're feeding our souls. Why this book? Why now?
Well, you know, with my first book, Feeding the Soul, right, it was all about my walk to freedom, how I found myself again. And people would say, well, Tab, how do I do that? And I was like, well, you know, I can't tell you to do it the exact same way that I did it. But if I do a journal that kind of helps you lead your own way, I thought that that would help. So that's, you know, it's a journal to kind of accompany the first book and help everybody else get to their freedom walk.
And just to further that, you have these prompts in the book so that you can sort of add your own personal message to yourself, a reminder. Is there one that you love the most that you want people to know about?
Well, I love writing many of them, but the mirror exercises, because I still do those, like learning how to speak life into yourself. Because a lot of people are not comfortable with talking to themselves in the mirror. When I first started talking to myself in the mirror, I was whispering. And I was like, why am I whispering?
Isn't that
girl,
funny
it's just
that
me, girl.
that?
You know,
Isn't that
it's because you don't know yourself and you're not comfortable with yourself. But now, honey, I be talking to myself just like I'm talking to you. Okay, so absolutely.
Good conversation,
yeah,
isn't
it's like, hey, girl. Now I can be like, good morning, Tab. How you doing, girl? So. Absolutely.
I love that it's not the one-size-fits-all model, though. And I think you really speak to something in the world of guided everything. There can feel like this box. You get outside of that box with this book.
Yeah, I don't want it to feel like a chore.
Yeah.
Right? I want it to feel like, oh, wait, this is something that I want to do. This is something fun to, like, help me feel well, right? So, and it's also one of those books where you can pick it up and you can come back to it. You can put it down. You may not start at the beginning. You might be at the middle part of your life, right? Or at the ending. You never know where you are. Everybody is in a different season of their life. So depending on where you are is where you can start.
Well, and isn't today is the beginning, right?
Right.
Isn't that's your message?
That
the day you pick it up is day one.
And you turn to whatever page feels right. You're like, okay, let me see. Oh, wait, you know what? I like this. I can start here, depending on where you are in your season.
Speaking of your seasons, you've come a long way from the TTLA sandwich review. A long, long way.
Right.
When you look back on where it all began to today, what's the biggest lesson you take away?
I was always enough. Just being myself, that's the biggest lesson. Just being free and showing up just as I am and never apologizing for it. You know, not conforming, just showing up as Tab. Like, you know, here I am. I like y'all's heels, but look, Tab got on sneakers, okay? Just being comfortable and free, that's it.
And what would your message be in closing to those struggling right now?
I think that kind of what you said earlier, the message is today is your day, right? No matter where you are, you know, in your life, you can start right now. You can be exactly who you need to be for yourself. Just show up for you.
Well, thank you for showing up for us, Tab. Always appreciate it.
Thank you.
Seen, Loved, and Heard, a guided journal for feeding the soul is out now.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.